friends. Yep, Doc South Sutton here, and whew, I've been trying to keep my eyes open for a certain artifact that I've had for oh gosh, darn near 35 years, give or take, somewhere in that neck of the woods, and I'm having trouble finding it. I thought I'd at least explain it to you. I may have already. I may have, but I'm not sure. I may have written this as a story and didn't bother to tell it verbally. I don't know. Well, let me explain how this all came to be. Okay. Well, as you know, if you've listened to any of my videos, sooner or later you come across one where I talk about when I did rescue work, and that was down in Wilson, North Carolina, late 70s or very early 80s. I was down there, a member of the squad, and loved it. Absolutely, yes. Always, yes. There were times it was very sad. There'd be times I'd come home just shaken, and it's. But anyone who does that kind of thing will tell you that the same basic story will be theirs as well. But this in this particular case, everything really worked out rather well. It was kind of exciting, and so I got no gripe. And like I said, any injuries that were sustained were relatively minor. I was at on Saturday nights they used to have this dirt track, a dirt oval, and they'd race stock cars in Wilson Speedway. I don't know if it's still there or not. I honestly don't know. But naturally, the rescue squad was invited. In fact, they even made like a platform for us. Yeah, on telephone poles, and we could stand up there and we could see the races better than pretty much anyone, and which was usually good because at least that way we'd see a wreck, and next we're thundering down the steps off this thing and into the ambulance, maybe two ambulances, and off we go to the third turn. And some guys, maybe two drivers, are already out of their cars having a fist fight over who cut who off. That or someone's been hurt, one way or another. And generally, nothing too awful. I mean, there were. I don't know if I never saw any deaths happen there, but I have seen people get hurt pretty bad when I was there. I don't even, like I said, I don't even know if it's still active at the nowadays. It was just so long ago, and well, I haven't been down that way to take a look. I can tell you this: the town pretty much emptied to go to the races on Saturday night. It was a big thing, but one day we're watching, and the pack comes out of the third turn. No, let's see. No, they're coming out of the third turn, going into the fourth, and they're on their way for the stretch, which would go in front of the grandstands. And all of a sudden, my God, one car, I don't know if he cut someone off, something went wrong with his tire, or I don't know, he maybe just didn't quite catch something just right. In any case, this poor driver's car goes flipping all over the place, turning and rolling and tumbling and all this dust, and the cars are trying to avoid him. Of course, some are hitting him, and that throws him up in the air even more. And you can just imagine what's going on with that poor guy. And then to make matters worse, the man lands right on his roof. Yeah, and we go, of course, before the dust even settled, we were already en route to the scene. And we got there, and indeed, the car's upside down, and the driver's stuck inside. Now, that's not a good spot to be in a stock car racer. They have gasoline that's, I think maybe an atom bomb might be a little less powerful. That's very powerful gasoline, and very expensive and very flammable, as I recall. And we're hollering, "Where's the driver? Did he get out?" And people are trying to lift the car. No, they're hollering over their shoulders, some of the drivers. "He ain't out of here yet. We're trying to get the car righted. And there must have been 15 people trying to lift this car, and well, the cars are heavy. And so I'm looking at all this. I said, maybe you better not. There was no telling these guys to quit rocking the car. That's not too good for a person. But then again, if he's trapped, maybe it is. And so anyway, so the only thing to do is to find out. So I start crawling in the driver's window. Yeah. Now I had plenty of room because he was over. It was more like he was he was sitting where his date would normally sit. Yeah. Uh, Under normal circumstances, his wife, yeah. And I say, how you doing in there? He's upside down, still in his seat, in his harness and all. I'm crawling in, basically I'm on the roof, crawling on the roof, but the roof is now on the ground. Right, okay, you get the idea. He says, my God, he says, will you tell those people? He's standing like he's upside down with his arm below him and his fanny in the air. And he said, will you tell those, but he used some choice language, those idiots to quit rocking this car? My God, he says, that my hand's stuck between the roll bar and the roof of the car. God, oh man, and so I scooch back out and hey, you guys, cut it, cool it. He's okay, looks to be reasonably okay, but you're hurting his arm. His arm's between the roll bar and the roof. You gotta just hold still for a minute. Be ready to lift when we tell you, okay? All right, sure, Yankee. That was pretty much what they called me. I said, well, let me go in there and then see what I can find out. And let's say the guy's name was Bill. I don't know if it was. I kind of forget. Nice fella, though. And I said, Bill, how you doing in there now? He says, well, if they'll lift it just a little. I hollered. I got one guy down around my feet. I hollered at him, just lift it gently a little, like 6 inches. All right, you heard him, fellas. And they lift, the car goes up nice and easy. I pulled Bill's hand out from where it was trapped. I said, okay, you can set it down now and help us get him out. How you feeling, Bill? Do you need? I said, hey, hand in. I hollered one of the rescue guys. One of the members is in the, he's kind of looking in one of the windows. I said, he's going to need something to secure his hand, so it doesn't, I think he may have a fracture. And, well, my brother, rescue guy goes and gets, again, a brace of some sort, a splint, and we put it on. Of course, it's still upside down a bit. And then the guy, I said, now, someone go around the other side. We're going to undo his seatbelt. We'll lower him down gently, and we can get him out either by his feet out the passenger side, or we'll take him out. And again, by then everyone knows pretty much what to do. I hate to sound like I'm shouting orders, but I was saying how the situation wasn't really shouting orders. And long story short, we get him out, and someone had already plugged up the gas tank, so there wasn't too much gas, although there would have been plenty enough for some serious burns. And we get him out, and we stick him in the ambulance, and we drive him out. I'm in the back with him, and one of the members is driving the ambulance to the hospital. And the wife's on board. Yeah, the wife's on board, and this guy would have been better off probably if he'd been killed. She is reading him the riot act for not so much because he had a wreck. You expect wrecks in a stock car race. She was more mad at how he maneuvered and got himself to where he was in a spin out position. Then he got rammed by 3 other cars. She was more mad about that. She was worried about him, but and it's a whole different world. Well, we get him to the hospital. The ER doctor looks him over and says, well, he says, you're going to be okay. You're going to be out of commission for a couple of weeks. But other than that, he says, I think you're lucky you're alive and weren't burnt or anything. So let's just get you fixed up. Nurse, give him some sedatives and such, and we'll start. And he and we drive the wife back. She rides back with us because she had to get the family car and all that. And a word was announced that thanks to the rescue squad, this fellow, is resting comfortably at Wilson Hospital. And we all took our bow. And it was kind of, I tell you the truth, since it really wasn't too bad a situation, could have been, it was kind of nice. We were all kind of patting each other on the back. And it was cool. And you know what happened? This is the artifact I've got to find and show you. Because about a week later, we were at the races again on Saturday. The guy's there, the driver is there with his hand in a sling, his arm in a sling. And I say to I said to him, I said, "You're not driving tonight, are you?" He said, "Oh, no." No, he said, the wife, of course, being a Southern wife, said, "Yeah, he knows what's going to happen to him and what won't happen to him if he even thinks about driving tonight." And he says, "Yeah, I guess I gotta cool it." But he said, "I wanted to thank you and all the fellas there from the squad. It was mighty nice of you getting me out of that pickle." And we said, "Well, I'm happy to do it." And he says, "My wife's got something for you." And I said, "Well, okay." And I said, "What you got?" Let's say her name's Mary. "Mary, what you got?" She says, "Well, I made you this." And she shows me this silver-looking wallet. She made me a wallet that week. She made me a wallet out of duct tape. Yep. And I'll tell you the truth. I got rid of all. I got the wallet that was in my pocket, threw it away within 10 minutes, and I put that duct tape wallet to good use. And I had that. That was standard issue for me for about 4 or 5 years, and then started getting kind of frayed on the edges. And I know I put it in for safekeeping somewhere in this studio. Just got to find it, and when I do, I'll show you. Okay? But I was never so tickled. I didn't realize in my wildest dreams, if you'd given me a roll of duct tape and said, "Make a wallet," I think I'd say, "Well, I could maybe make something for catching flies, but a wallet?" And no, the money didn't stick to it, nothing. It was a perfectly good wallet, like it was made out of the finest Corinthian leather, only it was duct tape. Bless that woman's heart. And she was her hubby said, he said, "Man, she's been working on that all week for you." Yeah, just to say thank you. He says, I'll extend my good hand for a handshake to thank you too, if you would, please, young man," he said to me. And that was, as far as I was concerned, the bill was never sent. I considered it paid. They were a good couple. And about 3 weeks later, he was in the races again. Yep. He figured out some way to drive with his hand hurting. And the wife was cheering him on. It's how it is. It was the South. Anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Let me see what kind of... Yeah, well, we'll catch you with some videos tomorrow. I got some time off from work. Going to knock out a few. We'll see you. Bye now and God bless.